What's up guys, Dirk here from Intelligent Cryptocurrency. Happy holidays. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and otherwise just really enjoy this holiday season towards the last final few days of 2020. So as you can see, I have my Christmas hat on, and as a video the day before Christmas is the 24th of December 2020, I want to record a video sharing my top safe cryptocurrencies for 2021. So before I dive into the coins, let me start out by saying this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just telling you purely from my opinion and what I'm guessing is going to be a kind of safe portfolio. As you know, cryptocurrencies are highly volatile. Anything you put into crypto, you should be willing to lose, right? So this is for educational purposes only, and what I want to do is I'm gonna name the coins. At the end of the video, we're gonna look at the prices, and then 1 year from now, at the end of 2021, we're gonna look back on this and we're gonna be able to see, what is the peak gain on those coins and how would they have performed, because as with anything, you will only know with 100% certainty in hindsight. As they say, 2020 is hindsight vision, and 2020 is almost behind us. So why am I making this video with my top 8 cryptocurrencies for 2021? Well, quite simply, the fact is that with Bitcoin booming and being over $20,000, I'm getting an enormous amount of DMs and questions on social media platforms, all just asking, which coins do I buy? Which coins do I buy? Which coins do I buy? And there's a range of people asking these questions, and many of them simply just don't want to get involved in the crypto space in such a deep way that they're, researching hundreds of coins and spending all this time following the news and all this kind of stuff. And what they want is just kind of a set and forget portfolio. So basically, it's a lot of newbies entering the space. It is the most common question that I'm getting, and combined with that, most people are just asking me, Dirk, what do I buy? I just want to put some money into this. I don't want to think about it. I just want to buy and hold for the next 12 or 24 months. Which coins do I buy that are still going to be here probably in 1 or 2 years from now, right? So that is the criteria also. I want these projects to be safe, these tokens, in the sense that, they're probably still going to be here in a few years from now. That means they are not going to be the highest return shit coins or anything like that have potential to make you 50 or 100x. Probably not, right? But if you're looking for a portfolio that, every coin that you invest in is probably still going to be here in the next 5 years, and that has a chance of maybe doing a 5 to 10x, well, this is probably what I would be looking at. And keep in mind that anyone coming from a non-crypto world, in this crypto space, we talk about, 5 to 10x being on the low end. But realistically, guys, like if you can 5 or 10x your portfolio in a matter of 1 to 2 years, that is pretty significant in my opinion, And obviously, if you put in $100, well, that's not going to do too much for you in that case. But, if we're talking with serious investment and we're talking even if we're saying like, 5 to 10 grand, we can 10x that. That's a pretty nice amount of money, right? So that is kind of the expectation with this portfolio, what I personally think, and hopefully we'll be able to see that in this next 12 months. And that's not to say it can't go more than that, but that's kind of what I think is realistic. So let's dive straight into the coin list. And once again, this is limited for me to 8 coins. So there are thousands and thousands of coins out there. It is pretty hard to just limit it to a few coins, but that's what I've done in this video. So hopefully you enjoy that. Smash the like button if you are appreciating this video and the content, and if you're just having an awesome holiday. And let's get into coin number 1. So coin number 1 is quite obviously Bitcoin, and yes, I know it's pumped. It's currently trading over $20,000. But if you are looking to get into cryptocurrency, I think everyone should own a little bit of Bitcoin, because that is the coin that the institutions are investing in. Bitcoin has the biggest market cap. It is number 1. It has the longest track record. It has a huge network protecting it, a network of computers. Institutions are buying Bitcoin, right? They're not buying the little shit coins. They're buying Bitcoin, and they're buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth at a time. And Bitcoin has been around here for more than 10 years. It is the coin that probably has the highest chance of still being here 10 years from now. Now, the downside to it is that obviously it has pumped a lot. It's trading over $20,000. So the potential ROI for it is less than the altcoins. because, it's already at 20K. So even if it goes to 200K, which by the way, I think is actually possible. It depends on what's happening with fiat currencies, but if institutions are going to be buying billions and billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, the price in US dollars might end up going to 100, 200, who knows, maybe even $500,000. So there is still significant upside potential, and I think over the long term, it is still possible to make a 10x on Bitcoin, even from today's levels, which is why I say it should still have a place in your crypto portfolio. Coin number 2 is Ethereum. Ether, okay? It is the second biggest by market cap. It has more than a 5-year track record. It is a platform project, meaning other projects build on top of it. It's like the operating system of the crypto world, and the majority of the cryptocurrency market cap is built on top of it. Most crypto projects run on Ethereum. Okay, so it has a lot of capital, it has a lot of resources dedicated to it, to developing it, to improving it. There's a higher ROI potential, in my opinion, than Bitcoin. Ethereum has always outperformed Bitcoin in the last bull run, so I think that's going to be no different this time. Obviously, with the transition to Ethereum 2.0, there is the ability to stake your Ether and be able to get yield on it too. So I think that is a big pro. We are starting to see, if you look at like Grayscale, for example, we are starting to see some money, like big money, flow into Ether because it's the second biggest by market cap, track record, all the things I just mentioned. But the downside is that it is still a giant experiment, okay? We are still a long way away from the ETH 2.0 completing to how it is envisioned to be. That could still take months, it might still take a year or 2 years, and there is still no guarantee of success. So in that sense, there is more risk associated to it, but again, with more risk comes higher potential reward. So I think Ethereum is a project that is going to end up doing very, very well, and that is why it is the second coin in the portfolio. Coin number 3 is ICX or Icon, okay? Now this is a bit more of a risky coin, I would say, but I am super bullish on it. I have actually made a full review video of why I'm so bullish on it, so I will link to that in the description below or in the card above here right now. But basically, ICX, the Icon platform, it has a 3-year track record. There's a lot of building and innovation happening on it as we speak. Okay, one of the key things that I think is going to be key for it is digital identity. I think that's really a direction that we're moving in for the future, and I think Icon is really positioned well to be able to handle that in terms of also interoperability, bridging different blockchains. I think that's going to be a big key feature of Icon. And then you may know this, but maybe not, Icon 2.0 is coming out in 2021. So in the next 6 months, the whole new Icon 2.0 is going to be launched. I think that's going to be really, really big. There's a ton of partnerships with Icon that I'm really fond of. I'm not going to go into the details. Go and watch the full review if you want that a lot. But basically also it's a proof of stake chain. You can get 12% annual yield percentage, okay? And the cons are, well, right now it's still being built, okay? It's still in the early phases. So even though the product is there is still no major adoption right now, even though it's looking like it could be. But, let's call a spade a spade. The cons right now is that major adoption right now is lacking. Major platforms, major apps, major users on this platform are basically lacking. Okay, there's a reliance on what they call P reps and C reps, public representatives and community representatives. So anytime you involve a whole lot of people into a project like this, well, there's risk of that falling apart. So that could be considered a con. And one thing people say about ICX, about Icon, is there's just basically a big lack of marketing. I mean, Bitcoin, everyone's heard of Bitcoin. Ethereum's a big name too. But ICX, because it's from South Korea, worldwide, it is not as well known as it could be known. There's not that much marketing going on, which personally, maybe it's a con, but we've also had a 3-year bear market. So maybe that'll change as the bull market starts to come in. And it just makes more sense to actually build the product, get it all working, get the partnerships going, and then once everything is ready and in place, then start the marketing, and the product will just help accelerate the marketing efforts. So in my opinion, solid project, and I think I would like to have that as part of my portfolio. Right, coin number 4 is Monero XMR, and this is a privacy-focused coin. Now, the reason why I think that is important to have is also it's just one of the industries of cryptocurrency. So as you can see, each of these different coins, they have different purposes. It's a platform coin, it's money. This one is privacy, okay? So the pros of Monero, 6-year track record. It is arguably the best privacy coin available today. It can be considered sound money in a private form. So sound money, look at the definition, basically where it's fungible, it's divisible, portable, all that kind of stuff. Basically what Bitcoin is, but Monero can be used as money with the private function. Bitcoin is public, it is not private at all. So I think there's some real advantages to Monero, and I think the potential for ROI is much higher because it is pretty much an altcoin, and compared to Bitcoin, I think the potential for XMR to go higher is a lot more than with Bitcoin. Obviously, the downside is that the very nature of it being a privacy coin could end up working against it, in the sense that, if there is more control, more regulation in Monero, it ends up being truly private, that governments and authorities could end up actually saying to centralized exchanges like, hey, we're telling you to delist Monero. And then it becomes harder, right? Obviously, you can say, well, then it's going to go underground, and it's going to go into the black market. There's decentralized exchanges, so they can't really stop it. But if they really want to, and they just make owning Monero illegal, they can remove all the apps off the iOS and the Android, and they can make it very difficult if they want to. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that is a potential downside that you have to be aware of Monero. But either or, I think XMR is a good thing to have as part of your crypto portfolio. Coin number 5 is Chainlink. So Link, it is Oracle focused. That is the big, summary draw card of why I think you should be having Link. So an Oracle is basically a step further to connect the blockchain to the real world. And that, I think, is as blockchain technology continues to grow and develop and become a more realistic part of our everyday lives and actually gets used in business and everyday things, having oracles, I think, is going to be important, right? So obviously, Link, solid project, a lot of talented developers working on it. There's a lot of integrations. You can see some of the names at the bottom over there. Also, a Google Cloud partner. Obviously, the downside is that, although it does look so promising, success isn't guaranteed, right? And there's still a lot of work that needs to happen. Also, right now, it is not its own native token just yet. It is still running on Ethereum. Take that for whatever it is. But basically, it is still a work in progress, and there is no guarantee that it is going to succeed. But I think it is a very solid project. I think there's a high chance of success. Again, it's an altcoin too, meaning there is probably a higher ROI potential with Link than there is with Bitcoin at this point in time. So Link is part of the coins that I'm listing today. Coin number 6 is Enjin, ENJ, and this is focused on the gaming and NFT market, so the non-fungible token market. Okay, super solid project. It's been around for many years. It has a proven track record, and it's not just a single project or a blockchain. It is an entire ecosystem. Okay, they have the wallet, they have the marketplace, they have the platform. Developers can build on it. Okay, and obviously the ENJ token that is central to all of this entire ecosystem. They have a partnership. I don't like to use the word partnership lightly like a lot of people do, but basically, Microsoft and Azure Heroes, they have that game where they're working with Enjin, so obviously that is a plus, and millions of people are using Enjin. So it has a lot going for it. I really like the project, the ecosystem, everything that they're working on, the NFT marketplace. It's just very, very cool and coming together. Like I said, track record, they're just building, and I can see this just continuing to grow and succeed in future. Obviously, the downside is, again, this is a work in progress, so there's no guarantees of any success that this will continue to be and become the biggest gaming blockchain network NFT platform that there will be in the world, but they have a good chance, in my opinion, and a very good head start. So hopefully, they're going to continue working on this, and it's going to be a very successful project in future. And that is why I think, it's part of the portfolio that I'm listing here today. Coin number 7 is Aave. It used to be Lend. This is in the DeFi space, the decentralized finance space. Aave used to be known as Lend. it has been a favorite coin of mine since 2017, since I first found out about it, because the really cool thing that I liked about it initially back then is it was the first project that I knew that actually had a working product that was working with loan contracts, collateralizing crypto, being able to get out loans, and it was just this really new concept, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. Obviously, it tanked throughout the bear market. It hit some really low lows, and if you were to look at basically just the price action alone, you might have written it off. It went to 0.003, like a third of a penny, which was absolutely like, maybe this project is dead. But I've had faith in this project since the beginning. I did interview the founder, Stani, back in the day. I'd actually like to do a cash up with him, so hopefully I'll be able to do that and refresh on where we're at now a few years later compared to when I did the first interview. But solid project, okay? It is one of the top DeFi platforms in my opinion. Stani and the team, very, very solid. They know what they're doing, very competent, and they're responsible with the funding. That's one thing that's that I really appreciate also. They're not being wasteful at all. They're taking care, they're being responsible, they're actually running a business too, so really good to see. Obviously, the downside, one of the big things with Aave is that it's already had this massive run, right? So I guess it's not really a downside, but just in terms of ROI potential, well, it's already gone up so much since those lows. So the potential upside, who knows, right? Maybe it can still go 5 or 10 or 20x in future as we really get a bull market. And if Aave can maintain its status as one of the top platforms or the top platform in the DeFi space, and it continues to grow and innovate, who knows, maybe the upside potential is still huge. But because it's already run up so much, a lot of those initial gains have already been captured. So that is, and obviously it's a very new space, this decentralized finance space. But I really trust Stani and the team and their innovation, and I think this project is going to continue to do well going forward. So in a set and forget buy and hold portfolio like I am listing today, I think Aave deserves a place. And finally, coin number 8 is Theta, and this is focused on the video streaming market. And as you may know, in 2020 and beyond, video has just become such a big part of our everyday lives, and especially video streaming is gaining in popularity. We've seen it with Twitch, how it's absolutely exploded, YouTube Live, there's a lot of other streaming platforms, and it's just growing in popularity, especially with how the world has changed in 2020, with more people working from home, more people figuring out ways to monetize themselves or make money online, and streaming is actually a big part of that. So Theta, I think, is a very interesting project based on being able, like, decentralized streaming and taking on that market in a different way, allowing regular people to contribute bandwidth and resources to be able to make that platform work and be incentivized to be able to do so by being able to earn the T-Fuel cryptocurrency for providing their bandwidth or helping secure the network, validate transactions, all that kind of stuff, right? So very, very cool. Also, the founders are very talented and experienced in this field. This is not something new to them. Before starting Theta, they had Sliver.tv, also a streaming platform, so they understand the space, they understand the technical aspects of it, the business aspect, and that just instills a lot more confidence in the ability for them to actually make a success out of this. Now, obviously, the downside is that this is a very big industry, a very technical industry. It is very dependent on resources and technical ability to be able to get that bandwidth going, because if there is any interruptions or interference or with the streaming and it is too slow, well, then that's going to be a huge bottleneck. So the smoothness and the technical part of the streaming and the bandwidth capabilities are going to play an enormous role. Obviously, I don't know if there's going to be any legal legal requirements that might cause issues for them, and obviously they're going up against some big players who have a very large budget, so I don't know, there's going to be some serious competition there. So it's an ambitious and competitive space to be in, but I think there's a good chance for Theta actually becoming much bigger than it is today. So that is why it has a place in my 8 coin portfolio. That is my safe and set and forget crypto coins for 2021. Now, as I'm recording this on December 24th, 2020, I just want to make a screenshot here of the current prices of these 8 coins so that in a year from now, we can reflect back on this video and see how they all performed. And, you know, I think that'll be interesting to see. So as you can see, Bitcoin, 23,224, Ethereum, $586, ICX is at 36 cents, Monero is at $151, Link is at $10.86, Engine is at 12 cents, Aave is at $75, and Theta is at $1.09. So in a year from now, we'll look back on this video, we'll compare the price action, and we'll just do a review of these projects. Now, like I said, I know this is not, a moonshot portfolio potential. I don't think, that this portfolio is going to do 100x or 1000x or anything like that. But conservatively, I think a 10x is possible, 5 to 10x. Maybe if we really get a boom and cryptocurrency grows into the trillions of dollars, maybe this will do 15, 20x, right? But I think that all of these projects that I've listed here have a good chance of still being here in several years from now, and at least kind of maintaining their value, right? So hopefully you enjoy this. I know there is thousands of other cryptocurrencies in here that, you might feel like they deserve a place in here. This is just what I would put together personally. Again, it is my opinion. It is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Always do your own research, make your own decisions, and only invest what you can afford to lose, because crypto is highly volatile. So if you did enjoy this video, guys, please smash that like button. Leave a comment below with what you think should be in this portfolio. If you could choose only 8 coins to put your hard-earned money in a way that is set and forget, hold it for the next 12 months, see what happens, don't worry too much about following the news every day, which coins would you choose? I would love to know. Leave a comment here below, and like I said, we'll revisit this in a year from now, see how it did, and hopefully it will have performed very, very well and will have made us all a bunch of money. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, all right? And I want to once again wish you a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you do celebrate. Otherwise, just enjoy this festive season. Enjoy the last few days of 2020, relax, recharge, because 2021 is going to be a super exciting, interesting year. I'm really looking forward to what the crypto market is going to bring, and also what the rest of the world is going to bring, because you saw what happened this year. So I think we might be in for another year of craziness, but we're in this together. So, I'm going to be here. Follow, subscribe, like, share, leave a comment with your favorite coins. Have an awesome time. Enjoy every single day, every single moment while we still can. Spend time with friends and family, make the most out of this time, because time is the most precious thing that we have, right? Crypto is still going to be here in January. Everything else is still going to be here, but your time, every day that passes is a day that is gone, that you will never get back. No matter how much money you have, you can't buy more time. So really appreciate that time. Appreciate every moment. Have some nice meals with friends and family. Spend that time. Don't stress about the markets or anything that's happening. Markets go up and down. They will still be here in January. So happy holidays. Love you. Thank you for the support. Peace out. Enjoy this time, and I will see you in the next video.